Hi, this is part 3 of my attempt at a tutorial to optimize potion consumption on Adventure Land. Um, just a quick recap as to where we were. We'd basically gone to like the Steam community hub. We'd found the FAQ guide, which is via community hub on the main Steam page, and then the FAQs, and then we go to the let's see, it's potion consumption. Yeah, what should be some of my coding goals into this section? The first point was improve potion consumption, such as only using MP or HP potion when you need to. So what we then did was we started exploring like the GitHub repo. So one of the techniques we can use is the show JSON, or let's have a look. So we can use show JSON character. If we go to code, type that in, press execute, it'll log things for us there. Or we can also use our developer tools, and we can say character, and then we can explore the character here and just console log anything we want. So let's see what the character's fear is. 0. We have no fear at the moment. So that's two methods we've been using to sort of determine what's going on. We've also gone into the code, gone to the runner functions, which is where the default HP or MP, no, what was it? Use HP. Yeah, this is it. So this was the function. We copied and pasted this into our VS Code, and now we're going through it to look at what these lines do, to see what we can do to change and improve them. Yeah, so if I show you my VS Code here, this is what we had been working on. So I pasted that in here, called it Optimize Potions, and we've just been going through figuring out what everything does. Okay, so going back to our Optimize Potions function, where we were going through the old use HP or MP function. So this is where we'd left off. This is the function we're actually looking to change. So that's what we're doing here. We looked at the first line, which was this one here, and we worked out that it was doing was it's checking something called safeties exists, which is just a boolean that I think is always true. And it also checks that it's been less than 200 milliseconds since the last potion was used, which is this section here. Now, every time I've tried to like log or test this value, it's always, last potion is always a timestamp from 1970, and so MS since last potion always returns the number of milliseconds between a date point in 1970 and now. So it's like several million milliseconds is always the value. So this is obviously always going to be larger than the minimum of 200 and this. So I'm tempted to just leave this line in. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It always returns, this always returns false, so we always skip over this bit. Now this bit, if it had returned true, is resolving promises. Now I've copied and pasted out that method here, and all it does is it essentially will return the data object that it's passed, which is this. So if this were to return true, we'd end up returning a promise containing this object. But as I say, it never happens in any test case I've used. So I think best just to leave that, and just in case there's some obscure case, in which case it helps us. The next line is this here. So we're saying if we're on a cooldown. Now, when you test this, this always triggers and returns true when you've used either an HP or an MP potion, or you've used the sort of auto generate where you sort of heal yourself without using a potion. So it seems that this this tests for any potion use. So I think I can probably show you that now. So if we go, yeah, I think if we execute that now, see that's returned true because he's just used a potion there. Now if we do it again, it should return false, yeah. And it'll keep returning false until we use a potion. So you'll see when this value goes up, it should return true again. So we return false. And any minute now. There we go, did that just go? Yeah, so it's returned true because we've just used a potion again. So that's what that's doing, it's checking a cooldown period. Look at the, I'll make a new line from here. So these methods, or conditionals here, they basically tell us when we want to use a potion. So this one, for example, the max MP is the maximum MP the character has, and the MP is the current MP the character has. So if we go to this one here, and we get rid of all this, and we get rid of that. So we can see our max MP is 450 and our MP is 300. So back to this. This is saying if our current MP is, say, 20 and our max MP was 100, that would obviously equal to 0.2. So in that case, we wouldn't use the skill, but if it was 19 out of 100, at that point we would, because this conditional returns true. So then that would use MP. Now use MP is, if we do a global search with Control Shift F, and we remember we logged it here, so use MP, explanation, uses an MP potion from your inventory. If there are multiple potions, the last one used. If there are no potions, your character regenerates a small amount of MP with a high cooldown. Okay, so that's saying if we don't have any potions, we'll just use that that potionless recover, which we've seen that we do before already. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means, say if we look at in our inventory, if we had a potion here and a potion here, I'm guessing it might mean the last one is the one furthest along these. So this would be the first one used as preference, then this one, then this one, then this one, maybe. So I think it depends on where in your inventory it's placed. So okay, so let's go back here then. We then see we've got further conditionals. So if that one weren't the case, if we weren't using an MP for that reason, we then use an HP potion if the HP potion is like 69% or less of the max. And then we've got using an MP if it's 0.8, and then finally, if none of those are true, we'll just simply use an HP potion if the max HP is, or the current HP is less than the max HP. So in terms of how we'd like to optimize this, I think one of the problems we have is that we're using potions all the time, even when we've got like 99% health, and then it would be optimal to just do the potionless recover, even though it recovers less health and there's a lower cooldown. If we haven't got a critical HP issue and there's no chance of us dying, we should just use the cheaper option, right? So if we go to parent skills here, if you look through these skills, and I mean, let's have a look, how many are there? Well, look at that, 1420 lines, and each line is, say, 6. So yeah, you can do the maths. We've got hundreds of skills here. Let's have a look then. We want regen MP. That should be, yeah. Okay, so here it is. Regenerate 100 MP without using potions. Perfect. So this is the skill we want to use when we've got high MP and don't want to use a potion. So let's see about putting that into our function instead. So the name of it is this. here, instead of using MP, we'll use that. I wonder if we have regen HP. Regen HP. Ah, there it is, right at the top. So exactly the same thing. So let's use that there. Ooh. Regen HP. And then, I don't think we necessarily need to have this twice. I'll get rid of that. And we'll say if the character MP is, I mean, if it's getting down to about half, we know we've got problems, right? So let's just replace that with that and that with that. So, yeah, I think that should be fine. That's basically saying if our MP is less than half its max MP, then we'll use an MP potion. Likewise, if HP is less than half HP, use that. Otherwise, just use regeneration. And then we've got here says else. So if you can see here that we're returning the use skill, so that will like end the function here. If any of these situations happen, but let's say we have HP is 100 out of 100 and MP is 100 out of 100, in which case none of these will be used. So then this conditional will come into place. So we'll say else used equals false, and then we're saying if used, update the last potion variable to be the current date. So we saw before that it was always 1970, and this doesn't really make sense to me, because if we're saying used is false, then this will always return, this will always be false. So this will never happen, which I guess explains why it is always returning 1970. Bizarre. I'm wondering if they've put this in here just to give us sort of a clue as that we might use this at some point. But for now, it makes absolutely no sense to me. So yeah, I mean, we could just delete it, I think. Yeah, I mean, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. And then this should basically do it. So yeah, we can get rid of all this, and I think this should basically achieve the same thing. So yeah, if MP is 100 out of 100 and HP is 100% too, then finally we'll do this. We'll return a promise with this object, and which will just say that we've got full health and stuff. I don't know how to use this right now, but I'm sure there's a clever way. So yeah, let's go put this into our function, into our character, and see what happens. Got a code. So this is how it initially was. This is what we used to be doing. So if I trigger that now, and you can see he's currently just using lots and lots of potions, even when we're pretty much 100%. So if I change this now, and then I'll instead insert optimized potions. Disengage, engage. So now we should find that our potions don't change unless we're at like half health, which we're not. So yeah, you can see our health is staying at 100%. Our mana we're recovering that every few seconds. Excellent. Great, so there you go. What are all these chests for? Interesting.